Awesome. So, welcome back. This is Height of Absurdity. I am with a bunch of people from both Bellator and Syndicate today. Syndicate is formerly known as Val. Excalibur left and took the name with him. Alright, this is going to be for the 6v6 New Year's Bash. Hanley, no specs, please. Chicken's all on it. He's reffing, he's helping out. Lots of people helping out for this tournament. Really appreciative because of the format of this tournament. It is pretty hard, but you guys don't want to hear about the tournament format. You want to get ready for the action. And right now we see a double Vanguard, triple Knight. It's actually looking like an all melee rush over on the side of Syndicate. Meanwhile, Bellator is going with their traditional Cervantes at Archer, double Vanguard, double Knight, and single MAA setup. Having Salt play instead of Simon though. So we'll see how that works out. Usually Simon is their MAA. They're gonna put Cervantes, a very, very capable light crossbowman, over onto that cart. And the initial engagement is going to be happening right now. Looks like the exchange of throwables are out. Trooper gets Bellator Will pretty darn quick. Looks like a pretty clean wipe from Syndicate. Now they're chasing the Archer off of Salt to the lone man-at-arms, still fighting for his life, and then Probu ends it quite promptly. Okay, and looks like this next engagement is going to go down. Bellator has 3v3 here. Beaten and bloodied. Tots is going to go down, but it looks like iProbio is going to get a double kill. Salt and Doggy going down. He has reinforcements, so that's going to be a 4v2 right now. That Vanguard is beaten and bloody. He's going to try and do anything he can. The Archer tries to help him out, but Will is going to go down. I actually don't know who 1231 Will of Bellator is. I guess I should start calling him 12. They do have a 4v3 here. That Knight coming in to get back at them. Looks like the Brandy versus Greatsword duel is going to go to iProbio, taking down Kairo Kuyo. We see the jabs coming out on the side of Cervantes. These jabs in the hands of a capable archer, the short spears particularly that he has, are just so devastating. Kairo Kuyo using that Brandy and finishing up Trooper. And now Stan with the gold helm finally goes down. This man-at-arms is going to be beset upon by two individuals. In fact, he goes down. Wizard's going that man-at-arms. And now Bellator finally have a push on the cart, but it's been about 2 minutes and it's barely gone anywhere. Probu, 5-1, a name that we haven't really heard that much. I think this may be his first or second tournament, but he's a great team fighter and it's really showing up. Wizardish is not technically part of Syndicate, but he's going MAA for them right now. And this all melee is actually working out very well for them. The fire goes down onto the Vanguard of Bellator. It looks like that was actually 12. So that Maul from Tots is just taking out one after another, and now it's pressuring Salt. But Salt is going to wait for his teammate, then get that really close, fast flame mace stab. You see a lot of this Bellator just trying to do anything they can to keep the cart moving. So they say they have 3 people. Well, let's send 1 person each onto Wizardish, and Wizardish just takes them out one at a time. Now they're left with 3 people on the cart, and the 3 respawns from Syndicate have already met back up, and they are ready to fight. Cervantes needs to just die at this point because he's already dead, and he doesn't want to miss his respawn timer, which he does anyway. So him and Trooper are going to be down. This would be a 5v5 engagement if this occurred right now, only they wouldn't have their Archer. But their Archer would be able to get back there because this fight's going to take place sooner. The Archer would be able to reinforce before Trooper would get there, but there is a TK already, so now it looks like the numbers back evened up by Kairo Kuyo using that Brandy. Then he gets another stab in the back of that man-at-arms, and now he goes for another and he gets Beef Milk. Kairo Kuyo just using that Brandy, getting those kills, playing cleanup crew, stabbing into everyone's backs, and now we see that there is one vanguard left to protect the cart. That Javelin Man, excellent throw onto him. Couple that with the throwing axe, and he will be going down. 2 besetting the cart, but there are 4 Bellator strong there. The great sword of I Probe You does that nice LMB, takes out one. Maul's taking out another. Now the 2v1 is going to take out I Probe You, but Stan and Wizardish are back in tail. Lapu goes down at the sword of Stan, and then we see these 2 final vanguards, Kuyo and Lapu. 12, both going down. 5 minutes and 42 seconds left. Cervantes trying to lead the way, 8 and 5 with his javelins, and Kaiokuyo closely behind him. But Stan and I Probe You are just doing lots of work. This no archer setup is really working wonders for them. Looks like this is going to be a pretty even engagement here. They're waiting for Cervantes to get a couple javelin throws off, but eventually he hits some people, and over there on the right-hand side, the engagement goes handily in favor of Bellator. Wizardish is the only one left, and it looks like he's going to be actually taking Kaiokuyo down with him. Gets another stab off onto the Messer Knight. Those are really fast stabs. And it looks like they are going to be back onto the cart. The engagement happens. A Vanguard and MAA dueling on the other side. It looks like I Probe You's going to get the better of that. Now he's going to come up behind the Maul Knight over there in the background. That poor Javelin of Cervantes, when he's in melee, he can still do okay in 1v1, but he's just not nearly as potent when there's so many team members from Syndicate around. And Syndicate are wiping handily. 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Stan at 11 and 5, really doing a lot of work. And Wizardish is just gonna do those single stabs, throw off Kaiokuyo's timing with those parries. It needs to happen that they need to regroup on the side of Bellator. They need to make sure, right now it's 5v5. If they can get some shots off. Okay, that's the jab that they needed. They have advantage right now in the throwable war. Oh, but that's not the jab that they needed. Landing right into Lapu's face. That's gonna take him down. It's gonna be a 4v3. Tots is going to take out Cervantes. Now all that they're left with is finally a 2v4. Nice kick from Kaiokuyo is going to take down I Probe You, but he still has to deal with that final knight. And it looks like that Sword of War is going to stab him before Wizardish comes and gets taken out. Kaiokuyo just will not die. He's beaten and bloodied, but he's not out. Now he's actually lived so long that he's actually got reinforcements. That Messer Knight and that Maul Knight are coming. Lapu's doing everything he can. Gets one overhead off. Gets another overhead off, taking down Beef Milk. Kaiokuyo living forever. Kaiokuyo the Immortal, just doing everything that he can. Now they will get onto the cart, but they're going to be low. They've got fire on them. And Lapu goes in for a 1v1 pretty prematurely, gets taken out by I Probe You throwables. I Probe You is going to engage. He knows he has his team behind him. He knows that he's at least 5 strong in the melee. And that's another thing with this all melee setup, is that you're able to always make sure that you have numbers in the melee as long as you don't get picked off by the archer beforehand. And the archer is the last one left. They're just wiping off the melee and then picking up the archer unless he overextends. Now they're going to push up onto this ammo box area. Beaten and bloody, they just have to do a suicide rush. They are missing one on the side of Bellator. Oh, the feints from Tots are not going to save him. Lapu taking him down with that quick messer. Salt is going to go behind Stan, but Stan still blocks it. I Probe You in the meantime, getting that double kill. Stan, what looked like a sure death, is going to result in him being the only one left alive, but you see in the background, you see 12:31 going over to that cart. Just 2 minutes and 27 seconds left to go, though. Cervantes trying to carry the way, but Stan and company just doing everything they can to make sure that that is not the case. The stab comes out from the side of Beef Milk. Beef Milk using that pole hammer. It's not the most popular weapon right now, but it is incredibly strong. Good to see some people make use of that. He's more known for his bill hook. But this would be a suicidal engagement on the part of Bellator, but it looks like they're going in anyway. Stan quickly takes out Salt, and it looks like they just miscounted numbers. And now the poor Maul Knight is just going to get raped. Poor doggy. That's not what you want to do to your dogs at home, folks, is surround them and stab them with multiple pointy objects. That's not good treatment of dogs, but, you know, this was a crueler age. These dark and gritty times. 1 minute and 36 seconds. They will have to get an insanely good time that won't be dark and gritty if they're going to get this. Bellator with the pick off quick on Cervantes. Cervantes tries to get his knight saved, and he puts 2 into that knight. Did I Probe You go knight? I'll have to check that after this. looks like the rest of his team's not going to fare so much. Cervantes landed 4 jabs that engagement. Just absolutely amazing. And looks like by the time they actually get up, though, that's the advantage of engaging so far up there. By the time they got back, there's already beef milk already spawned. So this is a 2v2 up here. And they've got more reinforcements very close to the cart. 1 minute left to go. Kaiokuyo is still trying to do anything he can. He needs to die, though. Oh, wow, he's actually going to take out iProbu, but he's still going to be down. And iProbu is going to get there earlier than he is. Sometimes it's actually better to leave your opponents low health like that. So either they stay back because they want to heal, or when they get the actual engagement up there, they're low. But because because he killed him, he will be at full health for this next engagement. He's actually going to try and drop down on them, iProbu will. Doesn't get the sprint attack off. He gets engaged by 2 people, but this timer is still going down. 20 seconds left. Over on the cart, it is not moving. There's 2 engagements happening on the left. It's a bunch of different 1v1s. It looks like 1231 was able to get one, but the numbers are just not favoring Bellator right now. They don't have anyone on the cart. They have the 2 individuals from the fights on the left, but this is a 2v2. If they can actually get that last guy onto the cart, they might move it some, but it looks like the time has run out. Unfortunately, that's going to be a Bellator stop at right around this area right here. We have it on stream, so if it actually gets to the point where we need the percentage, then we will go do that. Waiting for Chicken to swap the map. If you didn't catch it, this is just the load screen that I have on my computer, since I'm part of the Legion clan. So props to Breakfast Warrior and LG Face of Death. LG Breakfast Warrior and LG Face of Death for hooking LG up with custom shit like that. Lexith switches the map, and they're going to swap sides and go back the other way. So basically, in order to win, Syndicate will have to get further than Bellator did on their run. I'm going to take this brief second to check, make sure that no one has messaged me. Don't think anyone has. Alright, we're getting these ones ready. It looks like Frisbee is coming in. Frisbee is a pretty decent Mole Knight, if I'm recalling correctly. Yep, they're subbing that in. Meanwhile, if we check in on the other games, I can do that right now. Let me check in with Karasu. Actually, you know what? I won't. Because, I mean, what if people... Basically, I'll say skip the next minute if you want to get spoilers or not. Nah, I'll just save that. Because this tournament, they do have 4 matches going on at one time, 5 slots. We're looking at 20 matches today. So, it's a lot of resources, which is why this is actually not being streamed. We could only find 3 streamers at this time, which is usually good enough, but... not quite. I should actually update the Reddit thread telling them, like I usually do, to check the thread. We're waiting on Frisbee to get in, so.
Frisbee is in. It looks like everyone's ready except for a few Bellator, so we will get this underway very shortly. Now, my guess is that they're also going to go full melee for here. Beef Milk is just a knight temporarily. I'm sure that he's going to swap back down to Vanguard soon. And my guess was that Wizardish would swap down to MAA, but this strong all melee setup from Syndicate is just doing incredibly well. Okay. It looks like the first engagement goes down. The one disadvantage of rolling all melee is that you do have a legitimate disadvantage in this first engagement because you have a melee pushing the cart, whereas an archer can influence the fight. A melee can't. But still doing incredibly well. Syndicate down actually still wins that. Wizards taking down the last member. And looks like they are still pushing the cart. They've chosen Trooper to go bite that bullet. And that, I'm sorry, that was actually Trooper that was using the pole hammer earlier. I assumed it was Beef Milk, but he's actually been going knight. Next engagement happens. Looks like this is going handily in the favor of Bellator. You saw them just collapse from multiple angles, and all the people that were pushing that cart just got sandwiched by the colossal amount of swings. And Wizardish does go down.
Finally, a matched fight.
Okay. Trooper takes out Lapu, and Doggy is gonna get taken out by Stan. No nice gold hat for Stan this time, so he's a bit harder to identify, but they are going to get that push on the cart. Todd's off screen taking out Cervantes. Probably rushed off over on that right hand side to get him. Now Wizardish is looking like he's going to go up here and interfere with the spawns. That's one thing that you can do as an MAA pretty easily. He's going to follow them down. This just wreaks mayhem, and honestly the Brandy versus the MAA is not the best matchup. Kaiokyo going to go down to it, and this actually plays to Wizardish's strength as a dueler as well. It's to only send one person to go get him. And it looks like Simon is going to take out Beef Milk. Trooper's his last man on the cart. This is actually almost the area where Bellator posted it earlier. Looking at the scoreboard, we see Doggy 6-3, doing great work with that maul. The corpse wagon is 30% of the way there, though. Pretty much everyone over on the side of Syndicate is contributing pretty evenly to all these fights. At least as far as the kill feed is concerned. The throwables already going out, hitting that poor knight, Stan, and Stan goes down pretty quickly. Beef Milk going just hitting their backs though. They're having one person at the very least getting all this attention from Bellator, and when Bellator doesn't kill that person fast enough, they get their backs turned and just get pummeled. It looks like they have pushed the cart at the very least to exactly where it was, and it looks like Bellator have gotten this wipe. They need to be pushing up right now though. Them holding back like this, because of the hesitation, they're not going to meet up at an appropriate thing. Okay, so they called out the MA and they dealt with that. Now they need to push up. If they push up together, they'll have this 6v5, and they need to engage before Wizardish gets in that fight. But they're already letting Syndicate go way too far, because Syndicate has come so far already, even if they were to lose that mismatch. In fact, they're actually going to get Wizardish back. There's been no mismatch at all. Though they took down the MA, so they knew there wasn't going to be a flank. So we'll see the engagement go down. It actually seems like a pretty strong wipe in the favor of Syndicate. There's just one left, Doggy, and as I speak, he goes down. Cervantes over on the side, staying close to those spear ammo boxes, but it's just not gonna help to have him go try and take on everyone. The GGs are called out. They do have the cart past where Bellator has gotten it, and it looks like Syndicate will be victorious in their first game. Awesome job. Okay, I'm getting results from all the peoples. Looks like a lot of the games are finishing up. Sorry, I have administrative duties to do as well for this. Actually, it looks like just one game is finished up. Cervantes he's landing a lot of these jabs, but it's not quite enough. Ooh, Doggy tries to go ham there. I mean, what am I talking about? The Mall Knight on Mason tries to go ham there. Looks like this is going to be a clean wipe on the cart, but you already have the respawns from Syndicate coming in, and this is going to be a mismatch. Oh, actually, no, I didn't see on the side Bellator had people, on that side flank from that, from Kaiokuyo, who has dropped down to Greatsword. It's going to make all the difference, and is a strong reason why they did so well that fight, but Wizardish is going to come up, gets the fire onto everyone. And now he's pressuring the spawn. Pressuring the spawn is something that a lot of the newer teams don't really do as much as they should. But if you can pressure and engage people here before their teammates on the other side can get to them, then what you're essentially doing is you're ensuring a much easier wipe up. Yep, they paused and I guess Frisbee timed out. Meanwhile, I'm going to go check in on the other matches. Sorry if this seems a bit rude, but it's kind of what needs to happen at this point. Okay, I'm going to... My Frisbee is coming. So far we have one game over and reported, and then this game has been taken in favor. Hanley has entered. Okay, looks like they have resumed.
Aye!
Um,
Aye! Yes! Yes, my lord. Right! Right! Aye! Aye! Yes! Aye! Yes! Aye! Yes, my lord. Right! Right! Aye! Yes! All clear! Yes, my lord. Yes! I help forward!
I'm sorry, folks. I'm gonna have to stop recording, I think. So, I'll see if Soldier can't get the rest of this. Well, I don't know. The match is completely over with. So I'm not sure if everyone's trying super fucking hard at this point. I'm not sure if this is something that's really necessary to record. So I think I'll just let it go, actually. This has been Hive of Absurdity. I apologize I won't be able to get the rest of this, but congratulations to Syndicate for moving forward. You will see more of Bellator, though. They will be going to the losers bracket. This is a double elimination tournament. So I will catch you guys then. Thank you very much for watching.